So what are the different areas or ideas that you could come up with to create a YouTube channel? Well, I like to classify them in three different categories, and that is going to be skill, entertainment, and personality. I feel like most videos on YouTube will fit into these three in some way, shape, or form, and it just gives us a classification so that we can sort of look at different channels and then be able to put them into a category and see maybe why they're successful, what they did to get up to the success, and just be able to group things together. And so, like I said, there's skill, entertainment, and personality. So in skill, we have things like tutorials, show off sort of, I guess you could call crafts, so like maybe showing your skills about how to create a craft, something really complex that looks really awesome, and then sort of inspiring things. So, walkthroughs, talking to people about how to do things, trying to show them how they could do it themselves. So it all revolves around a skill that you have, or maybe you're filming a bunch of different people with skills, but it all comes down to something, some sort of skill. Entertainment is a good majority of YouTube. This comes with sort of comedy sketches, skits, gaming, politics, anything that is in the entertainment realm. So people are watching it to be entertained. Maybe they're watching it to learn something as well, but a lot of times it's just for entertainment value, just to sort of turn their brains off and just watch a little bit. And then the final one is personality. Now, this could be a subcategory of entertainment, but I think that because of YouTube's sort of landscape, it's an entity all of its own. What is personality? Well, it kind of incorporates the lifestyle and the vloggers out there. So, basically vlogging is something that's very new, and it's something that's very new to the world and to YouTube, and it's very, very popular on YouTube. So that's why I kind of wanted to give it its own thing. The reason that it's different than entertainment is because entertainment might want to stick with something, for example, like comedy or gaming. But a personality can do anything. For example, Harley Morenstein is the creator of Epic Mealtime, and he has a vlog that he basically just does anything that he feels like doing. And the reason that he can do that is because he is the personality of the vlog. So everyone comes to watch him do stuff, where in an entertainment realm, people would watch to see what is being done. So they wouldn't come to watch him, they'd come to watch him doing a certain thing like gaming or skits. So that's kind of why I broke those two up. So now let's sort of take a journey across YouTube and let's look at some examples in each one of these categories. We're going to start off with the skill-based category. One of the most popular in the filmmaking realm is Video Copilot, hosted by Andrew Kramer, as you can see right here. He really just got popular by posting these really intricate tutorials and making everything sound so easy. So back when he began, he had these things like he would show you how to create explosions, he'd show you how to create sci-fi weapons, grids and lights and missiles and 3D elements, and he'd show it to you in a really fun and a really interesting way. So he showed off his skill, which was an After Effects mastery, and he showed you how to do it, so it had sort of a tutorial spin on it. So if you wanted to go if you really wanted to classify this niche, it would be a tutorial, a skill-based channel with a tutorial and a After Effects focus. So it's very niche based, but it still covers a broad market. Another one is the guys over at AWE Me, and these guys are basically a bunch of different shows put into one channel, and basically what they cover is building things. One of their most popular shows is Man at Arms Reforged. They build basically just real weapons from like games and stuff. They build them in real life, and they show you the process of how you would build a weapon. So for example, over here we have the Hate Scythe from Warframe. So they build this scythe right here, and it's really interesting to watch them. Even if you're not a sort of a blacksmith guru, or you don't love blacksmithing to death, you still have a lot of entertainment, because it combines the genre of gaming and of creation together, and it shows you a really neat element. So it appeals to the niche and then to the broad market as well. And then my channel right here, I basically just post tutorials on Adobe related products, sort of in the realm of Premiere Pro, After Effects, and sometimes into Photoshop and InDesign. And I just post a video every other day, very focused on this topic, and that's why people subscribe, is because they want to learn more about these. So mine is a very skill tutorial Adobe is kind of how you would classify mine. Into the entertainment section, we have Wong Fu Productions. This is an interesting sort of niche, is that that it actually focuses a little bit on the Asian American market. Now, it appeals to everybody, but it has a focus on the Asian American market. They choose Asian actors and actresses most of the time, and the entire production team is Asian. And the reason they do this is because they believe that they are underrepresented in the film industry, which I do believe they are decently underrepresented. So they try to correct this by making their own skits, by showing that Asians can be lead stars, and then just, having fun with it and showing entertainment value. Next one is Corridor Digital. This is a completely different than Wong Fu Productions, where Wong Fu did sort of more love stories and just everyday life skits. Corridor Digital has an entertainment section that is for VFX. So it's just trying to show you some really neat stuff with a sort of a loose story. Maybe it has some comedy in there, but it all comes down to really just a whole lot of VFX action, some really neat effects, basically like an action movie might come out to be. It's an entertaining ride, and it's really fun to watch. And these guys are probably the best in the market at it right now. The other group is, again, completely different than the other two, still in the entertainment realm, but they do skits. And these skits are all about sort of video games in real life, or just sort of pointing out the flaws in video games and then making fun of them. For example, in the D&D tavern, they do like Dungeons and Dragons things like if it was real life. So for example, you go talk to someone and everyone rolls a dice, and then you talk based on how your dice was rolled. Just sort of points out the fun in that. And then, you have PUBG and all that sort of stuff coming together. They have a really successful channel because, like I said, it comes with comedy and gaming. It puts those two together, and then it puts real life skits. So it puts that spin on it that no one else is doing, makes them really popular. Then we have over here in the entertainment section, we can start off with probably one of the best YouTubers out there. Not content-wise. I mean, if you like him so far, go for it. I'm not the biggest fan, but he does bring in millions and millions and millions and millions of views a day. So I thought I should definitely put on him in here. It is Jake Paul. He is a personality and a vlogger. You can notice that he will do basically anything because he is a personality. So it doesn't matter what he's doing as long as he is in it. Another one we have is Andrew Wong, which we talked about in the last video. He is a focus sort of on music, where Jake Paul is just sort of like outrageous, crazy things. Andrew Wong is very focused on music production, teaching music, showing music's intricacies, and then sort of just all putting that together. And then finally, we have a lesser known but still pretty popular one, and that is Tokidoki Traveler. And she basically is a personality vlog of Japan. So everyone watches to see her in Japan. Doesn't have to be completely in Japan because she's a personality, so she can kind of go anywhere. But it does focus with the niche on Japan. So it sort of appeals to everyone who likes Japan, everyone who, likes her personality, and then just sort of experiencing weird sort of travel things as well. And so you can see that each one of these that I went through has a specific element. It fits into these three categories, and it fits into one of even the subcategories, but it has a spin on it. Like Corridor Digital is VFX. Wong Fu is Asian American, with also a mix of sort of everyday life and sort of love stories and stuff like that. I am a mix on the Adobe side of things, creation, After Effects tutorials, video games, Japan, anything and everything, and then music. So it all comes down to finding your niche and then finding the spin that you can put on it. And we'll talk a little bit about that later, but sort of come up with an idea and find out where it might fit into these spectrums and where you might try to push and where you can learn from others that have done something similar.